going on, guys? Welcome back to a new video. So in this video I'm going to be showing you guys a simple way to save more money going into 2023. These are the methods that I use to save 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 and so on. It's super easy to implement no matter if you're starting from zero or 100,000 or if you have a high paying job or a very low paying job like minimum wage. So the first step is what you're going to do is you're going to open up a high yield savings account. So what I want you to do is pick between Marcus by Goldman Sachs, Capital One, or Ally Bank. I'll put all these down in the description. Super easy to set it up. All these banks are going to be online banking. Now the reason for this is because their APY, what they pay in interest annually and monthly, are way higher than the national average. So if you go to a traditional bank like Chase, you're going to get 0.01% on your money, which is practically nothing, especially when you factor in inflation. So if you look at Marcus by Goldman Sachs or Ally Bank in particular, you're going to see 3.3% to 3.5%. And now this is just for a savings account. This isn't for a CD. This is just for a regular savings account. What you should do is open up two accounts. You're going to open up one with one bank and the other with, say, Marcus by Goldman Sachs, and then another one with Ally Bank. Step number one is literally just to open up two bank accounts with these banks that I mentioned, and they're going to be listed down below in case you get lost in the video. So step number two is going to be to decide how much you need to live on per month. Now this is going to be a non-negotiable number, and I get things happen, but this is going to be a non-negotiable number, and you can figure out if anything happens later down the road. So say it's $1,600, say you're living with someone and you're living like a college student. Say it's $1,500 just for easy math. So let's take $15 per hour. So say, like we said before, that your monthly expenses are $1,500 per month. $50 an hour, depending on where you live before taxes and everything, is $2,600. Now, of course, like I said, it depends on where you live because you're going to get taxed higher in some areas than you would in other areas. Let's just worry about the gross number right now. So $1,500 are your expenses. So your non-negotiable number. So what you're going to do is you're going to deposit all the money that you make from your work into the account number one. Now keep in mind, this account is still gaining interest higher than whatever the average is for the nation. Like I said before, it chases 0.01%. So you're already making more money than you would have, or saving more money, just leaving it in a traditional bank account. Now what I want you to do is anytime you have excess money from the $1,500 a month that you're living on, put it into account number two. So the reason for putting it into account number two and not just leaving it into one account is when you get paid, right, and say it's just $1,500, just for another example, you see you have $1,500. Now if you broke that up and you had $750 in one account and $750 in the other, when your main account says $750, in your head you see you have $750. You don't see the other half of it. It's a psychological trick that you can use on yourself to save more money. So like I said before, your expenses were $1,500 per month. Put that into one account and use that for your checking account, but leave it in a savings account. There's no point in leaving it in a regular checking account. With the money that you were able to save and put into the other account, you now have $1,100 in the other account. And again, that's before taxes, and I'm aware of that, but you have $1,100 into the account just for easy math. So say you follow this strategy for the whole year, which is 12 months. You now have $13,200 in one account. That is not your spending account, that's not your first account, that's your second account. And keep in mind also, this account is gaining interest the whole entire time you're putting money in. And again, when you put more money in, that money is being compounded with the interest. So it's not 3.3% on whatever you have in there. Now you have the additional sum of income that you had from the interest. So say you put the $1,100 from the first month into the second account, which is your forced savings account. Given that the interest rate is 3.5%, you're going to make $38.50 on the money that you have in there with the $1,100. Now you have money working for you. Technically, I understand that inflation is still high, but you now have money working for you while you're forcing yourself to save money. So now you have saved roughly $13,000 before taxes. Let's call it $10,000 for the end of the year. Now a lot of people are saying $10,000, that's not going to get me that much ahead. That's not going to get me much of anything nowadays with everything being so high. What I will say is this. Now that either gives you a buffer time for the next year to pay for some rent, and you can take a different job opportunity, you can start that business, or you can just start a business with that money. You can put into stocks, you can do whatever you like with that money. But now you have at least $10,000 in your bank account working a minimum wage job. This is just rough numbers on a random number per month of income and expenses, but you get the idea. If you force a savings between the other account, then in your head you don't have the money that you're making. All you have is the half or whatever you set aside in your first account, so you're going to live on that amount. You don't live off the other amount. That's not even your money. You'd be surprised how fast this can add up and really on even a low income how much it can add up. Now, of course, your goal isn't to live off minimum wage and just save your way to retirement or financial freedom, but this is a good stepping stone for the people that want to have a little bit of capital to start a business, invest in stocks or real estate, which is totally possible with the $10,000. It's literally that easy. I'm not even gonna overcomplicate it. This is literally just a two-step process to save that much more money. Now, if you guys found a little bit of value in the video, make sure you guys like and comment something down in the video, and make sure you guys are subscribed. I'm gonna go into more depth in a lot more videos. This is literally just a wake up to people. Like, literally, if you just have two separate bank accounts that are high interest yield bank accounts, you could save your way to start a business or invest in real estate, or really just, break out of that gap of poverty. So there's literally no excuses to do this. You can easily set them up. They're for free. They're in the description down below, and there's literally no excuse. So I hope you guys liked the video. Like I said, I'm gonna have a lot more videos coming out that are actually like a lot more in depth on how to like grow the money, invest it, save it, and like a lot more tactics on how to do that at a faster rate as well. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Stay tuned for the next one.